Games! Anime review! No Game No Life is set in a world where children are trapped and forced to play games. And I know what you're thinking. It's not like that. Or that. Or that. Or that. The show follows Shiro and Sora, a sibling duo who are so good at games that they're renowned worldwide as the Blanks, both in video games and otherwise. The reason they're called this is because in the video game world, their avatar names are blank, which if you've ever played a video game, you know is bullshit. Nerd note, the kanji that spells each of their individual names, when put together, actually means blank in Japanese. Learning stuffs! After owning some noobs, or whatever it is the kids are calling it nowadays, the two are challenged to a game of chess by a mysterious AI. Because they are both incredibly codependent, the two work together to beat the computer, which is called teamwork. Or cheating. Either way, the AI is actually a boy-girl god named Tet, who transports the two to a mystical land made of acid where everything's decided by games. Also known as that thing they're really good at. First, what I liked. I like the drowned-out colors of the real world and the super bright, intense colors of the game world. It's something we've seen before, but not to this extreme, and I really like it. It works really well. The intensity is awesome. It's something we just really haven't seen this way before. I also really like the voice acting and the sound editing and the soundtrack and just the sound, the things going on with ears, great. But what I like most is how smart this series can be. More often than not, when Sora and Shiro are playing a game, there's usually a twist to it that they have to overcome in order to defeat it for whatever reason. And when they do, it's almost always in a really unique way that displays the intelligence of the characters and the creators behind the series. It makes the ride really enjoyable to see what crazy thing they're gonna pull out next to try and win, which leads us to the bad. Quick disclaimer, the rest of this video is less of a review and more of a tantrum. So spoilers ahead. Sora and Shiro cannot lose. I don't mean they don't lose or they will never lose. I mean they are physically incapable of losing. The story straight up specifies it. They've never lost a game except to one another, and they must remain undefeated to challenge Tet again, which for some reason that they never specify seems to be their ultimate goal. It's like watching Superman. You don't watch it because you're afraid he's gonna lose. He's too OP to lose. He can't. They need to nerf him. No. You watch Superman because... honestly, don't know why people watch Superman. The difference is, though, these two don't win by being faster than a speeding building or jumping over tall bullets. No, they win by being smarter than anybody could be in the people world. Just entirely too smart. They could not exist here with us people because they're not people, they're machines. Matrix. Usually when Sora and Shiro are in trouble, they're playing some like twisted version of a game that we all know, like chess or laser tag, and they have to find a really ingenious way to find the flaws in the game and circumvent it. Basically, they have to beat a rigged game. But as soon as they find this ingenious loophole that lets them win, their opponent always flips the script and then they flip it back and it's just script flipping shit.
Getting that with the book script, spit that shit out, man! Alright.
It goes back and forth to the point where you just don't even care anymore. You're like, God, can the game be over? Like the first 2 or 3 times, usually pretty entertaining, usually cool, but by the 27th time, it's like, okay, just shoot the damn spirit bomb. Come on, what? Dragon Ball references? And it happens in every major game they play. My second issue with this show is the length. It's only 12 episodes long, and yes, it ends on a cliffhanger, and not even a good one. I am entirely convinced that this show's whole point was to bring up sales in the manga. And you know the shittiest of all the shitty things about this shit? I think it worked. The last point I'm going to talk about is the fan service. Oh, dear beautiful baby Jesus in a bassinet, the fan service. There's so much fan service in this show, I'm pretty sure High School of the Dead can sue for copyright infringement. And it's not just the amount of fan service or the perviness of Sora throughout the entire run of the show, it's how they do it. The second episode alone shows Sora beating a girl at rock, paper, scissors, and then forcing her to fall in love with him. Because fucking anime. Throughout the run of this show, this poor girl in particular is constantly humiliated. She's forced to be naked in public because Sora and Shiro are fucking bored. She's forced to dress up like a dog. She's forced to fall in love with people she doesn't want to fall in love with. Give up her home. She's forced to do so much. It's slavery. It's 50 Shades of Slavery. 12 years of gray. Oh, and more than once, Shiro gets naked. Shiro is 11. They even go as far as to take away the genitalia of all the females in the show just to show them naked and get away with it. They take away their lady bits and they show them naked. It's so prominent that just Googling images for this video has probably got me on a government watch list. Oh, and there's also a good possibility that Sora is in love with Shiro, his sister. But, they're both adopted, so it's okay. If you're a pedophile, all in all, the show had promise. I mean, it had really intelligent characters, some of which were even borderline intriguing, and it was a good twist on a stale genre. The color palette alone was different enough to make it notable, but all these downsides just destroyed any interest I had in it. I mean, honestly, there probably is an audience for it, and a few of the games that they showed were interesting enough to almost give it a look. But even if you can get past the weird incestuous fan service aspect of it, or the fact that the two main characters are pretty much undefeatable gods, the fact of the matter is, the show doesn't even care enough to finish what it started. My suggestion? Go play a game. And also, if you like this review, go ahead, hit like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. Just do all that. Do all that. And check out my other stuff. Annotations. Boom. Right here. Finger waggle area. Annotations. 2 of them lead to the same video. It's like an Easter egg hunt.